back to a second. What am I even talking about? This is day 5, I think. Day 5 of the 30-day challenge. I'm out here at work, actually. I don't see anyone here just yet. I'm very early, actually. I'm very, very early. I'll show you real quick what type of job I have besides my own job. I'm a tattoo artist. But to show you what I do as like a side gig, this is the boat that I work on. Sorry for all the noise, by the way. As you can see, there is people working behind me. Oh, I just entered the boat. I don't think anyone is here. Welcome to the Samur. This is the Samur. I work on the Samur. Clearly, that's what I've been repeating now. What we do is we just give tours and we go to a small island that we technically could see from here. Let me just switch the camera real quick. Now that we have the camera switched, I'm just gonna clean this real quick as well. So I went back up top to show you. Pretty much you see around that little thingy there, the little island starts just on the waterline. You can see the little beaches there. It stops around there. It's a small island. Actually, it's a pretty big island for an island that is actually considered uninhabited and more of a nature preserve. So for the Caribbean, it's one of the larger uninhabited islands. Now what we do is we pick up people from the cruise and we do a snorkel tour with them. Pretty simple, pretty basic. You know, can't complain either because this job is fun as fuck.
All right, so there's gonna be missing footage. There's a lot of corrupted footage with this one export that I had. Not sure what happened, but there's some transition videos missing. All right, so hope y'all can, look past that. Sorry for this.
Hello there. So now that we're back, sorry for the accent. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy here. I just wanted to say I had a very long day. If I look a little tired, if my eyes are a little red, I almost died. I had a long day, a lot of salt, too little water. I'm an idiot sometimes. And I had, a couple beers after work. After those beers, I gotta be honest, I'm dehydrated. I need to drink water. I don't know what I'm still doing here. Let me get some water real quick. All right, so I got 2 waters and I got a little bit of this. Now people are gonna hate on me for this. It's just lime juice concentrate. I could just get lime juice as well. I understand, all right? I'm not stupid. What am I yapping about? Now that is some good water,
I only put like 2-3 drops in there, and it makes it taste like, those waters are like meant for energy drinks.
Now my phone storage suddenly was empty. And we got a little friend with us here. This is Lilith right here. Hey Lilith. Hey.
Purring. She's purring right now.
I'll put this back here. Oh. See that? There you are. Pretty girl. I also like to call her Diva. Diva Lilith. She's a little bit of a mean queen, you know what I mean? As you can see, she loves attention, so now that we got the attention-seeking cat out the way. I had an amazing day at work. It was a busy day, tired. In a bit, I'm gonna keep going with going out again. Listen, I'm usually not like this. This is not how I operate. It's not like I'm telling everyone to go out all the time either. I'm going out only because of the fact that, haven't been going out in a couple weeks, and I actually enjoy the company of a couple people. After work, told them I would join them, so it's the reason I'm going out. Put on a tank top real quick because I think it's slightly inappropriate for me to keep walking around with my nipples out here, Either way, I want to talk about something real quick. Just real quick, like 2-3 minutes. Watch me. I'm probably going to talk like 4 or 5.
I'm recording this post-edit because the fact is that I actually lost some footage by, I don't know what, but the videos got corrupted while they're getting transferred. And somehow I could not find the videos back. So just to update you on where we got to this point, there's many misunderstandings between neurotypical and neurodivergent people, right? And especially those with ADHD, for example, something that's a little bit more common. Now, this is because it comes from not really realizing how the brain can work. Because ADHD is, for example, on a spectrum, just like a color wave spectrum. And sometimes you have, in that color wave spectrum, some colors that are more intense and some are less intense. So for example, out of sight, out of mind doesn't mean that someone doesn't care. And I use out of sight, out of mind as an example. It's one of these parts in that spectrum that gets enhanced, presence and memory differently pretty much. If this were to be better understood between the people, we could really bridge a gap between these ways of thinking and build a more balanced and I would say a more inclusive society that would really understand one another. And hope you're kind of up to date. I'll let the rest of the video speak for itself. Probably repeat a couple things though, but I hope you don't mind.
All right, now I said I didn't want to make it too long. I found my topic. the physical stimuli of interacting with someone actually that is there and creating his emotional bond and all that is very important for people that have ADD and ADHD, especially very important for me. So what happens is that if you're not there to create that bond or maintain that bond with me, like as much as I would want that bond even, then that bond diminishes. It doesn't mean that I don't care about this person at all either. It's like if I would see them, I could make that bond again or pick up where we left off as well. But it's just that in the meantime, it's very hard for me to know you exist. And it's just that, you know, you're not there to make me like, it's not there. You just don't exist in some way, right? It's really kind of crazy in my opinion. It's the same with certain tasks. Like if there's certain things I have to do and it's not my routine to walk past these things might really just get lost completely to my existence. Like I really have to make sure I make like notes everywhere in multiple places, in my phone, on my desk, on my computer, that remind me of certain things. And even then I sometimes overlook these things and skip them because I just didn't actually fully notice them. And that is pretty hard to deal with from time to time. But that's why I said color wave. Everyone is dealing with every issue differently. Maybe I'm not ADD, maybe I'm just as neurotypical as you are. We're all just experiencing different issues. Possible. When you get diagnosed with something, they check how many of these things you have, categorize it as, okay, you're having more frequent energy draining issues than the average person. It makes you function a little bit less, and it makes you a little bit it makes it a little bit harder to function with society. Either way, I think the real point actually is that I'm doing this for myself, trying to understand these specific things and think about these things because I really want to communicate better and I want to get better, but I know that it takes a lot of effort. So if I could find ways to integrate who and how I am as a person and that these certain patterns happen to me, and if I could make it aware to people in my life, for example, letting them know more that this is just how my brain operates, and it's not that I don't miss you, for example, right? Or it's not that I don't care about you and that's why I don't message, or it's not that I hate you, none of that. It's the fact that this is just how I operate. I would really love to see you, or I would love for you to maybe make a slightly more effort on your part so that I can show you that my part is just as full of love and just full of support and just as full of care. It's just harder for me to make those moves based off of my environment. And I think that's just kind of how it works. And you just have to know where and what aspects of your life these things need to be noticed and cared about. That's it. Peace out. I think I got a dip now because it's about 15 minutes long probably. I don't want to make it too long. God damn. Thank you guys for watching. I'm tired as dog and I still gotta go out with some friends. So the things I put myself through. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.